Welcome to the Ruby Rose 2 reveal video. Now firstly, I do need to apologise to you all. There's been some delay in getting this video out to you, but as you may know, there's been a few things going on in the world. Borders closed, factories closed, naval architects in the wrong position, and their work has all been pushed back. So apologies for that delay. However, without further ado, Ruby Rose 2, Terysa, what is she going to be?
She is going to be a Seawind 1370.
Cue applause.
The Seawind 1370 is a brand new catamaran, brand new design, and she's going to be a 45-foot performance cruiser, blue water ready, we believe the perfect liveaboard catamaran. This is also going to be a collaboration between Ruby Rose and Seawind Catamarans, which is very exciting.
Yep, so Seawind Catamarans, as you know, 30 years experience in building catamarans. The renowned French naval architect Francois Perroux has designed this boat. She is stunning. And us, Ruby Rose.
Also stunning.
Well, you speak for yourself. I quite clearly am just a troglodyte that kind of drags himself behind you all the way along.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So let's just start with how this came into be.
Yeah.
Last year, Annapolis 2019, we finished our review series. We had literally seen the best that the market had to offer. Seawind were pretty kind in taking us out on the 1260.
Yeah.
And we absolutely loved the 1260.
We did.
It ticked just about every single box. The only issue that we have with the 1260 is that our plans are to live remotely, and when we say live remotely, we mean a couple of months at a time away from civilization as we take the boat into the Pacific. And it just, had some questions over the space. Seawind said to us, look, we've got something on the drawing board, it's 45 foot, it's going into production in 2021, come and have a look. And let us know what you'd like to see on this boat. And that's where it started. So following the Annapolis Boat Show, we'd already scheduled to go sailing in Thailand. We took a quick trip over the border in secret, top secret, to Vietnam and sat with Seawind, and they showed us the 1370. It is stunning. It is everything we could possibly want. A performance cruising catamaran, mid 40 foot, exactly where we wanted it. The storage space that the 1260 doesn't quite give us, the performance of the 1600, albeit without the dagger boards, and a brand new innovative design. Seawind then say to us, well, what do you want in this boat? We had turned up, because we'd had a few conversations between Annapolis and Vietnam, with 3 full pages of design features. I think we must have had, what, 50 points on there? Now, some of these are huge points, real big things that are super important to us, where we're like, no, we want you to put that in, that, and they're like, okay, we'll work with that. But a lot of other smaller features were things that are just super important to liveaboards, and you don't think about it often, but you're like, oh, that needs to be put in. And they did, they integrated all this. Yeah. And shamelessly, we've taken the best that all 19 catamarans had to offer that we thought were important and integrated it into the Seawind 1370.
Yeah.
Now the 1370 is going to go into production in 2021, and there's going to be different versions of this boat. Let's start with the Ruby Rose 2 version. Now that's going to be our boat, but you can also buy a Ruby Rose 2 version of the 1370, and that's going to have some features, a pack of features that are optional, but are going to involve things like our decisions on power management, how we're going to power the boat. But a lot of the features are just going to be put into the production, the regular production boat. So there's going to be all our design innovation put into this amazing craft. Now, without further ado, let's take a good look at what exactly the Seawind 1370 is going to be. So we have a helm that has an ergonomic seat, armrest, footrests, cup holders, self-draining lockers, and full 360 visibility. We even got the skylight above the helm to look at the sails. Moving on, the trifold door gives you a huge indoor-outdoor area. They even included a breakfast bar. We didn't ask for it, but hey, why not? The hard bimini is something, well, in the 1260 there's a lot of safety rails, but we wanted a lot of storage for paddleboards, fishing rods and the like. We also asked for dedicated recesses for the cockpit clears and hammock attachment points, simple things but important. Finally, at the stern, we wanted a dedicated life raft compartment. This is one of our big red lines. The life raft needs to be in the water within 30 seconds of needing it. Let's look to the saloon of the 1370. We wanted really comfortable upholstery, modular seating, and of course, as with that 1260, we wanted those big opening windows. You know how much we love ventilation. We also wanted a forward-facing nav station with 360 visibility, a dedicated nav seat, and the ability to control the boat completely from the inside. As for the galley, we wanted Corian work surfaces. We wanted to have an induction stove, a dedicated waste chute for the sea, a recycling bin, and multiple fridge and refrigeration options. Again, it's all there. For those of you who have watched the 19 reviews we did, you know what's important for us in a cabin. We need multiple opening hatches. Again, it's all ventilation. An island bed is a must for liveaboards, but you also want simple things like multiple charging points at both sides of the bed. A vanity unit that doubles as a desk with multiple AC and DC charging points. Finally, the heads. Electric toilets, a separate shower stall, but also direct access to the engine. Again, it's all there. Other practical design features that we really did want included, things like soft edges to the transom. This means that if you do happen to knock it with a tender, you don't damage the gel coat. Again, just to reiterate, that life raft, there is a separate recess in the transom into the water within 30 seconds. They've also built secondary engine access from the outside with reverse mounted hatches. That means that if you're in a following sea, you are protected. They've also built in a high volume effective rain catchment system. The collection of rainwater is so important for liveaboards. Bow lockers with hatches large enough to take spinnaker stuffers, self-draining, and I needed a workshop. They've built a workshop. Amazing. Well done, Seawind. For power generation on board, we turn to Master Volt. Now, Seawind have already included 2 kilowatts of solar panels on the Bimini hardtop. That is going to be more than enough to power the whole boat. For power and range, we have opted for diesel engines. However, with the addition of Master Volt's 200 amp alternators, we can produce 5 kilowatts of power for the boat when the engines are running. This means that a couple of hours of engine use will charge a full lithium battery bank. It also gives us the security of knowing that we have 1,000 miles of range using those diesel engines. For power storage on board, we are going with 11,000 watt hours of Master Volt lithium batteries. The whole boat will be controlled by a C-Zone system. Installed on thousands of blue water yachts, the fingertip simplicity with full mechanical backup means that we're going to have complete control of our onboard systems. Now, as with our review series, let's look at some statistics on the Seawind 1370. 45 foot in length, a 25 foot beam. The draft is 1.3 meters and she only displaces 11,000 kilos.
She has a tall rig, and with 861 foot of mainsail, 387 foot of jib, she's going to fly.
Now onto the polar diagrams. With the boat coming in laden at 12 tons in 25 knots of wind, this boat will do 20 knots with the wind at 110 degrees. That's phenomenal. But look at the polars with a full payload. At 15 tons, she's still doing 19 knots. Amazing.
That was the Seawind 1370, and I think you'll agree that she really is going to be the perfect catamaran for liveaboard couples who want to sail off into the sunset. And we are over the moon. We are so excited that this is going to be our new home and our new boat.
Yeah, it's a fantastic collaboration between Seawind, 30 years of experience, and us with all the knowledge that we have from living on board for so long. I genuinely believe we think we know what you need to put on a boat to make it the perfect liveaboard. And so moving on from there, we are going to be filming every single aspect of this build, from literally the minute it comes out of the mold to the minute it's launched, and then as we sail it off around the oceans of the world. So if you're interested in seeing that, feel free to subscribe to the channel, click that down below. Also, there's a notification bell in case you haven't clicked that and you want to not miss what we're doing. And we'll see you real soon for another video. Goodbye.